everyone, I'm attorney Aiden Durham with 180 Law Co. in Colorado. Welcome back to All Up in Your Business, where today I'm going to tell you 3 little tips, 3 little secrets that us business lawyers may not want you to know, or at least will be hesitant to admit. Before we get into what those 3 little secrets are, if you're new to All Up in Your Business, welcome. Please be sure to subscribe and click that little bell so you get notified anytime I post a new video. Please also keep in mind that while I am a lawyer, I'm not your lawyer. The stuff that I talk about in this video isn't a substitute for actual legal advice. If you need legal help, you should consult with a lawyer who's licensed in your state, and don't just rely on free info that you get from the internet. I'd also like to give a huge thank you to our friends over at Taylor Brands for partnering with us for this episode. Taylor Brands is a one-stop shop for aspiring small business owners. It's an all-in-one solution if you've got a great idea for a new business, but you're not quite sure where to start. If you want to protect yourself from personal liability, if you want flexibility with how you operate and manage your business, and if you want some increased credibility and professionalism for your business, then you may want to consider forming an LLC. And Taylor Brands is going to make that so easy. But they're not going to stop at just the LLC. Everything from LLC formation to designing your own logo, Taylor Brands is going to have you covered. You can use Taylor Brands to get a domain name registered for your business, set up a business email address, design your own stunning website, create digital business cards, and you can even create your very own branded merch so you can start promoting your business and getting the word out there. You can get your LLC with Taylor Brands by using the affiliate link in the description, but you can also use my special promo code AllUpInYourBusiness20 to save 20% on Taylor Brands plans. Now, of course, this is going to exclude the LLC formation tool, but all of their other plans, if you use that AllUpInYourBusiness20 promo code, you'll save 20% on Taylor Brands plans, and we thank you, Taylor Brands, for partnering with us for this episode. All right, so secret number 1 that us business lawyers don't want you to know about is there are some pretty cool free trademark search tools out there. I've talked before in a lot of my other videos about the importance of doing a trademark clearance search before you launch your business, and especially before you start with the application process to register your trademark with the USPTO. I've told you that you should, search the internet, and I've done a little demo on how the USPTO's TESS search system works. But there are some flaws with this TESS search that you can do on the USPTO website. Unless you're really well versed in some advanced search techniques and using things like Boolean connectors, I think I'm saying that word correctly, B-O-O-L-E-A-N, Boolean connectors, not like Boolean, what you put into soup. But if you know how Boolean connectors work and you're good with these advanced search techniques, then you can use TESS to do a very extensive and thorough clearance search. But for everybody else, if we're just hitting, typing in our business name into the TESS search system, we're only going to pull up exact matches. This is a direct hit search. So we're only going to find exact identical matches. But when we're searching for trademarks and trying to clear our trademark, we need to be concerned with not just exact matches. We need to be concerned with anything that might be confusingly similar to our trademark. So that includes a lot of different variations, alternate spellings, things that could be kind of similar but not identical to our trademark. Normally, we have to work with an attorney to do an extensive, thorough clearance search like this. Or there are some trademark search companies out there that have like AI and other kind of automated search techniques that you can pay for, and you'll get this really big, extensive clearance search report with tons and tons and tons of trademarks. So you can do those things, or you can pay for a search, but if you're not a lawyer, you may not actually know what you're looking at when you get that search report. So typically it's going to require at least a few $100 if you want some kind of extensive search to be done for your trademark. But there are a few free resources out there that are going to let you quickly and easily do more than just a direct hit search. The one that I like the best is available at trademarkclear.com. Now, I am not affiliated with this company. I'm not being paid to mention them at all. I do, however, use the company that makes this tool available is called TMTKO. They have a paid trademark searching platform and monitoring platform for attorneys that I do use, so I'm familiar with the company that runs this website, but we're not affiliated. I'm not getting paid anything for this. But it's really easy, you guys. It's kind of a light version of what I pay for to use. But you're gonna just enter in your trademark that you're interested in, enter in some details about the goods and services that you're gonna use the trademark with, and it's gonna give you search results that are gonna be far more than what you would get just from that direct hit search on the test website. Now, it's still not going to be quite as thorough as if you had an attorney perform a search, or if you used one of these trademark search companies to do a full-on comprehensive search. But again, it's going to get you a lot further and be a lot better than just a direct hit search on the USPTO's test system. Secret number 2 that us business lawyers don't want you to know about is that some of these online LLC filing services or formation tools, like the one you can get through Taylor Brands, they're pretty good options for a lot of small businesses. If you've watched any of my videos, I'm sure you've heard me say it. You've probably heard other lawyers say it. It's best to work with an attorney if you're trying to form an LLC. And sure, yes, that is a good idea, but for a lot of folks, especially single member LLCs, using one of these tools like Taylor Brands is a pretty good alternative to working with a lawyer. Maybe you're kind of hovering, you're somewhere in between. I could do this myself, but I don't really want to, or I'm nervous about doing it myself. What if I miss something? Or I just don't have the time to do it by myself. But I also don't want to pay a lawyer to do it, or I don't have the time or the funds to work with a lawyer. If you're kind of in the middle of those two, then using an LLC formation tool like Taylor Brands is kind of the next best thing. Of course, you're not going to get that same kind of legal counseling and legal advice that you get with a lawyer, because these companies, they aren't lawyers, they can't give legal advice. But if you're just needing some help, some extra little hand holding in what am I supposed to put in this form, or what does this word mean, or do I need this? Do I need this? These services like Taylor Brands are going to help walk you through all of that. They're going to address some of those common questions that come up, and they're going to ask you for the information in a very clear and easy to understand way to completely simplify the process. And then of course, they're going to take care of all the filing and all the heavy lifting behind the scenes, so you don't have to worry about it. And especially with Taylor Brands, they make this so easy. You just let them know what state you want to form the LLC in, tell them the name you want to use for the LLC, give them a little info about what type of business you're operating, the stage that your business is in. They'll even help you with getting a registered agent, applying for an EIN for the LLC, getting your operating agreement together, and even annual compliance requirements. Now, of course, these aren't going to be a perfect resource for all businesses, all business owners. Now, if you've got, let's say, investors, or if you're going to have silent partners maybe who aren't going to be involved in the business, or some kind of organizational or management structure that is kind of outside the norm, or if you have some special circumstances that you're unsure of, it's of course best to consult with a lawyer to make sure those aren't going to be impacted, or to make sure those things are taken into account when you're forming your LLC. Because sometimes we need to put special language or special wording in an operating agreement or something, or use some kind of non-standard language or forms when we're drafting your operating agreement, or, you know, preparing some of these documents. But for everybody else, especially single member LLCs, working with a lawyer might just be kind of overkill, and you're going to get a lot of benefit from using a service like Taylor Brands instead. And secret number 3 that us business lawyers don't want you to know about, I don't think this is really a big secret, but it kind of is. You guys, did you know you can find out a lot of information online? There's this thing called the internet, and whoo, is there a lot of info on it? I'll tell you. Okay, obviously we know that there's a lot of info on the internet, but what you may not know is some of that info includes laws and statutes and codes and regulations that tell us how to form, or how to do things, or how to deal with our LLC. A lot of the questions that come up can be answered by finding the statutes from our state that address those questions. Every state has some set of statutes or codes or regulations that address the formation, management, management and operation of an LLC and really any other kind of business entity. Usually for an LLC, the states call this like the LLC Act, or it might be the Uniform Revised Limited Liability Company Act, something like that. Usually they kind of condense it and call it the LLC Act. But let's say I am trying to form an LLC in Colorado and I want to find out, what does that mean? What does that entail? Let's look on the internet and see what that entails. If we Google Colorado Limited Liability Company Act, there's going to be a lot of resources and a lot of websites where we can read the actual statutes that say, here's how an LLC is formed. Here's the rights of the members and the managers in the LLC. Here's how an LLC is dissolved. Here's how you convert an LLC from one state to another. A lot of these statutes are going to address most of the questions that come up, and pretty much all of them are available online for free. And guess what, you guys? When you call or email your business lawyer and you ask them a legal question, a lot of times the very first thing that we're going to do is check the applicable statutes. If my client calls me and says, hey, I've got, this issue with my LLC, I'm not sure what to do about it, I'm going to pull up the Colorado LLC statutes to see what they say if they address it, because that's kind of our first guidance of how do we handle this situation. And guess what? You guys can do that too. Pretty much all this stuff's available online. And there you have it. The 3 secrets that us business lawyers don't want you to know. There are some great free trademark search tools out there on the internet. LLC Formation Services and formation tools like the one you can get through Taylor Brands really are a pretty good option for a lot of us small business owners. And secret number 3, a lot of the info that we use to answer your questions is also available online, and you can find it as well. If you learned a thing or two, go ahead and give me a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe and click that little bell so you get notified when I post a new video. Thank you again to our friends over at Taylor Brands for partnering with us for this episode. Be sure to check the description for that affiliate link if you want to set up your LLC with Taylor Brands, and a promo code to save 20% on Taylor Brands plans. If you're finding yourself maybe still unsure of if you should take the plunge and finally form that LLC for your business, I've got another video about the 5 questions that you can ask yourself before you form an LLC. You can check that out right here. I will meet you over there. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Aiden Durham, and I'll see you next time.